All right. Playing Danny CM. I wonder if he's actually a CM. Get this knight here, defend that knight, so that way if the bishop trades it off, I can take it back, and then this pawn is still defended. All right, he pushes. Let's make a spot for a bishop to get out. All right, take there. Interesting. So if we go here, we defend this checkmate threat. So I think that's fine. Okay, so now he's got two pieces defending this, or attacking this. So if we were to just castle right now, he could take, I would take back, and then he could take this. So we can't just do that. I think we unfortunately need to sacrifice here. I'll probably just take and then recapture with check, and then I'll move up. But then I'll have check here. I don't know. Fuck you, Tyler Carson, 5655. Fucking pussy. This is actually a gambit. Why is he thinking so long on this? I feel like it's kind of obvious. I guess maybe he's thinking about, I don't even know. Okay, he takes this way. Let's kick the bishop out. Kick the other bishop out. He takes, we'll take back with a pawn. Probably this pawn. Just to make space for our bishop to get out. How was your day, Rat God Chess? All right, we're gonna push this, then develop our bishop here, maybe here. If he takes our knight, we can just take back with our queen. Get our bishop in. I would say my best chance this game is just that he is taking forever every single move. So if he takes here, we do have to take back with the pawn. Because if we take back with the bishop, then he can come in and fork me. All right, as discussed, take back like that. All right, let's kick the knight out. It's going to have to move backwards. All right, now we want to break the pin of the bishop on the queen. So I'm going to move it here. So now we're attacking this pawn, and the pin's broken. The goal for the knight is going to be to go here, then here, maybe to that square. All right, we gotta take back with the king here. He pushes to defend his pawn. All right, let's move our bishop here, attacking this weak pawn. He defends again. We obviously are going to have to find a safer square for our king at some point, either by running this way or this way. All right, we're going to run our king this way and over to the corner. All right, let's move our queen to a better square. Now it can come here, here, here. Just get it more involved in the game. So we're only down one pawn right now, but our opponent's position is definitely still a lot better. All right, he's trying to get in here. Let's bring our queen up to defend that from happening. If he pushes here, then we can take his pawn. Queen is also hitting this rook. Obviously, it's defended right now, but could be useful in the future. All right, he jumps in with his knight, trying to get it to here, maybe here. Lots of good squares for it to go to. All right, we're going to continue with our plans and move our king to the corner. If he jumps in with the knight, we're just going to capture it back with the bishop. Our light squared bishop is actually really bad right now because he's got all of these pawns on light squares that are just kind of creating this barrier. That'll be pretty much impossible for my bishop to get past, so... All right. He is kind of threatening to check us here, but it's not really an issue right now. So if we move our queen here and he takes and he takes. If we move our queen here, he takes, we take. We have a passed pawn. I'll move his rook over and be able to recapture it. So we can't do that. Let's just move our queen back. It'll stop any checks from his knight, and it moves it out of danger of the knight's attack. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. We'll just slide our king over. Our opponent is down to only 1 minute and 40 seconds right now. We're going to have to continue to, apply pressure on the clock also. We're also potentially in the future going to be able to push this pawn a couple of times, but not right now. All right, he's trying to push this pawn now. So we could move our rook over to stop it. If he pushes, we take. It's not great for us. I do like having my rook over here so that way we can push this pawn in the future maybe, but it looks like it's just absolutely needed over here. We can always use this bishop to push this pawn also, although it's not quite as strong. All right, so I think his goal is to come here and trade queens with me. There's not really anything that we can do about it. So, yeah. We could go here, and then if he takes, then we can play rook over. He'll have to move his queen back Yeah, that's not great either. All right, let's play rook here. Now he won't be able to trade off queens with us, and he still can't push this pawn because then we can just take this one. Okay, so now he's threatening pushing this pawn. We can go here, threatening the knight, and the knight will have to go back. Or we can go here. All right, let's just continue to stack up here. Now he's still unable to push this because we're defending it so many times. All right, he brings his knight back. Bring our rook out of harm's way of the knight. He still can't push anything. We're defending these squares way too many times. All right, he comes in with the queen. We can't push this. This knight can come here now, which I don't love. I'm going to bring my bishop back because I would like to trade this knight off. Again, our bishop is just not very strong in this position, and his knight is good. And he's showing it again. All right, we'll come here, attacking the knight twice, and we can always recapture this bishop with our rook. Right, he's attacking that loose pawn and our rook. So let's counterattack his queen. In our next move, we'll move our bishop out of the way so this pawn stays defended. Again, still looking to trade this knight off if possible. Let's get our double stack back so we can't push this. Move back with the rook. Okay, and he's going to go for a break here. I don't really want to take that. We're going to come back. If he can't take, because then we can take his rook. Okay. We'll slide over. Now he can take. Takes. We'll take back with the rook. Oh, if we take back here, then he can come in and check, which is not good. Wow, we're in trouble now. All right, we're gonna have to push this. Now if he checks, we'll move our king forward. All right, I believe take. Rook over. Threatening to capture back the pawn. Check. Attack his rook. Opponent down to 10 seconds. Okay, he forces a trade-off. Let's go get this pawn back. Take it. Pre-move everything. Okay. We are going to run. And it's a draw. Okay. Good game. We get a 2018. Let's play the London opening. All right, defend that weak pawn. We can capture that back now. Uh-oh. So if we take this, he comes here and checks us and wins our bishop. We might have just blundered here. That is unfortunate. All right, we're gonna have to lose a piece. All right, let's defend that. Take. Let's develop our bishop. Step back. He's defending it twice. Can't push this because then he can take that pawn. So we got to come back again. This guy's playing a very good game so far. All right, he's threatening a check. Defend that pawn. If he checks us, we're going to have to move our king to the side. That's not good. Let's take his bishop. We'll do an equal trade here. He might come in and check us here. Okay. When he takes this, we'll take back over here. He can check us. Oh, okay. So we're going to lose an exchange here. We see we can't even take this back because then he can check us again. Really not good. So we're going to take here. If he checks us, we're going to just have to run somehow. Check here. Here. That's mate. So we have to go backwards. He can't take this because our queen defends. If he checks us with his queen here, our king can run out. And we're still threatening his rook over here, and we're also threatening this check here. If he gives us this check, we might have perpetual. All right, let's take here. Now we can take here, but again, we can maybe run out. It's definitely a little sketchy. Because check, yeah, okay. We're gonna shuffle back here. All right. Not a lot of pieces left. Give our king additional spaces. We can't take because then he can pin our queen to our king. So we're going to have to push here. Okay. Now we can take. Go back. Go back again. And that's checkmate. Whoops. All right. Let's defend our pawn in the center. Defend it again. All right. Now our pawn in the center is very defended. Let's make space for our king to castle. Let's get castled. Our bishop out of harm's way. Capture that back. Let's get our knight into the game. Let's get our queen into the game. Put our bishop here, attacking that loose pawn. Okay. We'll take here. Trying to get his bishop to move. He does not. Can't go here because then he goes there and forks. So let's go here. If he pushes, then we'll move our bishop out of the way. Okay, interesting. Let's push again. If he goes here, we're going to push our pawn. Okay, he doesn't. We'll take, move our rook out of the way of the bishop. Attack the bishop. Take this pawn. If he takes back with this pawn, we can take this one. Okay. Go here. Let's move our queen out of the way of this pin that was going on. All right, we do lose a pawn. Let's attack this bishop. All right. Get our knight to a stronger square. If he takes back, that's good for us because now this pawn will be more capturable. Now we're attacking this pawn twice. He is defending it twice right now. But maybe we can win that in the future. Get our queen on a better diagonal. Okay, he's offering a queen trade. I'm going to accept because... Well, so we can't take here because of that. So we need to get our rook here. Now the idea is if we take and he goes here, we can move our knight back to defend the rook. I'm guessing maybe this now. Okay. I want to start pushing these pawns, and we can't do that with this bishop attack if our king is on that square. Let's go one more and play here. Okay, let's take. Now our pawns aren't doubled anymore. We're going to go here. So that way we can push these pawns. Okay. And now we can push. Okay, gives us a check. No worries. Keep pushing these. If he wants to trade bishop for knight, we're just going to have to be okay with that right now. All right, he makes that trade. Take here. Check. 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 Attack his rook. Not ideal. All right, let's push here. Now we have a very dangerous pass pawn. If we can get this pawn, it's a draw. I mean, this is just a draw. I'm not sure what he's doing. Okay. So the idea here is basically we sacrifice our bishop so he can take back with his king. And then we're going to run over to this pawn. You know, let's say he goes here. We run over to this pawn. Actually, that's probably not the best example. We run over this pawn. Let's say he goes here. We go here. He goes here. Like, he's eventually going to have to give up this pawn. And now it's just a draw because I can't promote. He's going to take this. You know, he's going to take this. But he can't checkmate me because he only has the bishop left. So, even though it seemed like he was winning, the best he could do was tie. Let's be aggressive here. And I technically don't need to do anything with that yet because it is defended. All right. Thinking about sacrificing here. So we have this check. I don't think that check helps us right now. This check would be awesome if we could ever get it, but the bishop is blocking. The rook. Let's keep the attack going. All right, now this bishop does have to move. Let's move it here. If he takes with his bishop, we take back with the knight, and then we're forking his queen and rook. He can't take down here because the queen defends. We're also just threatening to take his bishop, and when he takes back, we'll fork. Okay, he grabs a pawn. Line the rook up with his queen. We'll take that back. Now we're attacking this and this. Defending that. Maintaining defense of the knight. Kick the bishop. Attack the rook. Let's infiltrate with the queen now. Attacking this knight. Attacking this bishop. Let's load up on this bishop. Goes back. Not sure what to do. Ah, damn. Defended by both of these and the queen. Let's bring our knight into the best square it can possibly be on. Queen here, knight here. Knight here, queen here. Attacking that pawn. If he brings his other rook over, we're fine. Right, if he takes, we take back. Not really a concern, but we can't bring our knight in anymore like we planned. So we'll just castle. All right. Defend that pawn. We could potentially push this pawn all the way. Now we can't because his bishop guards. All right, if he takes here, we take here. Oh, I missed that. You can also take here now. He's got 3 attackers and I only have 2 defenders. Okay. Once we take back, we're going to create a square here for our king. That'll also stop the knight from ever jumping in. And we can maybe do this first. This is a good move because now his rook can't check. His queen can't come to defend it because our knight covers the square. And we really want to clean this pawn up as soon as possible. Plus, once we take this pawn, we can maybe check him here. And then he's going to be in kind of a weird spot. Okay. Take back. All right, let's give a check. Keeping some pressure on this pawn. Maybe we'll be able to check him again in the future. I would also love to push my pawn, play my knight here, and then here. That would like pretty much be game over if I can get that. All right, we're gonna have to take this back. Let's attack the rook, and then we can capture this pawn. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so where was his king going there? It was just checkmate because we could take that back. All right, so they had this move as a mistake. Takes back, take back, best move. But yeah, it has us completely lost. And then he just blunders it. Okay. Good game. break to the center. Pre-move capturing back our rook. Defend this pawn. Threatening checkmate. He's going to defend against the checkmate threat. We're going to go here, and then we're going to come here, trying to kick that knight out. If he goes here or here, we'll just move our queen out of the way. All right, we'll capture back. So we can't defend the pawn like this because then I can get kicked out. So we got to defend it like this. Let's grab this open file for our queen. Move the queen back to defend this pawn. If he takes, we'll just take back, and now our pawns will be connected. Our pawn's bad right now because it's on its own, so. All right, we'll just push. Let's try and create some chaos here. Okay, so he's threatening a fork right now. So we'll defend that. Okay, we're just gonna have to take this. Okay, he's gonna be able to take this pawn now. Takes with the knight, that's interesting. Oh, no, he doesn't have that because we can take back. Let's get our king into the game. He might trade knights with us, which would be pretty bad. All right, let's check him. Stop that knight from coming out. Let's get this knight back into the... Oh, he's got to check now. And he finds it. Unfortunate. Darn it.